How's it going, my comic chat army? I realized
You gotta stop hitting him.
I realized that we've never told you who the hell we are in the whole 2 years we've been doing reviews. So I'm Cody. This is Carrie.
Yep.
So now that that's over, we're here to review the Infernal Pact by Joseph Schmalke.
Love this book. Lady Killer. By Joelle Jones and Jane S. Rich. Yep.
And let me know the best way that I can keep this bunny clean. And here's some of our favorite comments from the last couple videos that we liked. So comment, and maybe your comment could be in the next video. He fell again, didn't he?
Yep. Doesn't want to stay up.
It's your turn this week. Lady Killer.
Cody actually found this book for me. I don't even remember who. Yeah, you did. You found this book for me.
I did.
Oh, God, I love this book. So, two things that I love about this book right off the bat is I love the era that it's set in. Typically, when we review these books, you generally get, like, present day, futuristic, or, like, even a lot of books I reviewed is, like, medieval times. This is set in the 50s. Love it. One of my favorite decades. If I could ever travel back in time, that would be one of the decades I would love to visit. But anyways.
Yeah, comment down below if you could visit any era. What era would you be? And it's even captured the old style comic look.
I mean, to the T. Just the coloring, the style of drawing, the art, just everything and I'll show you the back of the book is really cool too. Has like just some of his pictures that he drew, they drew. It just really captures like the whole style, the writing, everything is perfect. I mean, it's perfect.
So what's it about?
So it's about a woman named Josie. She lives two lives. She is a typical housewife, married with two children, just tries to be the perfect wife and that time frame that any wife could be. And she's also a hitman. She's a killer. And it's kind of cool because she's really kind of like a serious threat. Like they kind of portray her as like a serious threat. So she's hired by a man, his name is Steinholm, and she kind of works through another gentleman named Peck, but she kind of has they feel that she's letting her personal life affect her work, so they put a hit out on her, and they want her killed because she's a threat. It's kind of like a John Wick set in the 50s. Is that what you were gonna say?
You took the words right out of my mouth.
She's like a John Wick in a sense, and so basically,
she's Lady Wick.
She's Lady Wick. There you go. She ends up seeking revenge with another woman who works in her field named Ruby. So she seeks revenge to go after Steinholm and Peck to get rid of them. I don't want to give too many details away of what ends up happening. I don't know how new this book is. These are really cool too. So like each chapter is like, it's kind of like a commercial, you would think. So it's like the perfect solution to those problem stains, and each chapter is kind of set like that. See? It's just so cool. I love, love, love this book. There is one thing though that I didn't mention. Her mother-in-law is kind of catching on to her, and she kind of I think she believes that she's having an affair, but there's a twist at the end with the mother-in-law, and I'm not going to give it away, which I didn't see coming. I thought was pretty cool. Definitely recommend this book. Want to continue reading this book. Probably one of the best books I've ever reviewed. And I know that says a lot.
You said that about Paradise.
I have my top books. Do we not do our top books? It is up there for me. I think you should read it. I don't tell you too often how many books that I review that you should read. You need to read this book.
You need to read Cherry Blackbird.
Yeah, so if you've already read Lady Killer, let me know what you guys think about it. I mean, it was a nice break away from a lot of things that I've been reviewing lately. And I really appreciate Cody for finding the book for me. So
Right. Just like the Infernal Pact. Nice breakaway there.
Yep.
Is different than any other thing that we've read. We did Cherry Blackbird last week.
Yep.
But I didn't know that the Infernal Pact was first, then it was Cherry Blackbird, but at the end of Cherry Blackbird, the characters in this book show up in Cherry Blackbird, so it kind of gives you the conclusion of what happens in this book, because it kind of leaves you at a cliffhanger. Well, it doesn't leave you at a cliffhanger, but it's not a happy ending. It's not like, alright, everything's resolved, but I'm going to show y'all some...
I like the size of this book, too.
And it glows in the dark.
Do you notice, like, the size difference in these books? Like, I don't know. I just think it's a good size book, you know?
Yes.
Never thought about that. I thought about that when you're reading. I was like, that's a good size little book to, like...
It is. I mean, it feels good in your hand. Like, you can... It's not oversized. It's small. Like, you can take it anywhere.
Exactly.
It's an on-the-go book. And one thing I didn't mention when I reviewed Cherry Blackbird, I love the black pages. See?
I was just going to say that. It's like, different.
If I took this out in public and was reading it, I'm pretty sure I would get a lot of crazy stares.
And yes, this does glow in the dark. I said something to Cody the other night because it was sitting on our dresser, and I kind of freaked out. I didn't realize it was the book sitting there. I just saw like something looked like it was floating because just the way it was going in the dark. But
all right, so our main characters are Biscuit. What's his name? Biscuit, Punk Rock or Rocker. Beatrice. Trying to think of the last one. But they're dope heads, and they sell their soul for more dope. They do. Like, it's that simple. And shit's happening where I'm assuming at certain times of the night or at certain times the demon that's in them takes over and just starts killing people. Then they wake up and they got like dead bodies laying around them and wondering what the hell's going on. So, yeah, see? You see the demon in the mirror right there talking to her? So, I think Biscuit or Punk Rocker, I think Biscuit's the smart one. Figures out if you can meditate and go into, I guess, like an astral plane and defeat the demon, you can control it. And I'm trying to see if I should tell you if they... But anyways, they accidentally kill one of the bikers that you see in the prologue, right up here. And the bikers sold their soul, so nothing for, I think it was for protection. So nothing could hurt them. But the devil has a fucked up way of twisting your words. It was nothing human could hurt him, but since the other crew was like demons, it could kill the bikers. It's pretty cool. I definitely like the twist. Each book has a twist. It's not like, as soon as you think you know what's going to happen, it throws you for a loop. I definitely recommend picking it up. I think Schmalke's going to open his Etsy shop the 24th. I don't know why he don't keep it open all the time, but he opens it at certain times for certain links.
Probably did not get overwhelmed.
Or maybe not to do shipments all the time.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
Like a book here, a book there. You can do it all one.
That's what I'm saying. He just gets it all done at once, and it's not continuously, so he has to continuously keep up with it.
Yep. But I'll leave a link in the description for that, and if y'all want to check it out, and you can get some great one-of-a-kind merch in there, definitely recommend picking this book up. It is... Oh, I didn't even show you none of the pages.
The art in his books are very unique. Like, it's
gritty.
It's very gritty. The color choices that he uses are very spot on, I think, to match the style and mood of his books. I think that's a good way of putting it. Mm-hmm. Like, it really captures the story. Oh,
and after they could control their demons, they got to go to inside of a gate of hell. There's 9 gates of hell, and confront the demon that they made the pact with, and they get to keep their souls. So, that's pretty cool. I'm trying to see. I'm trying not to show you something that's...
But yeah, it was... Going back to what we were saying earlier, these last 2 reviews that we've done has been pretty nice, pretty fun, pretty different. We've kind of been able to kind of be more relaxed in reviewing these. I know these are for, you know, mature audiences, but it's been a good breakaway just to kind of give you something.
And just how Carrie had the movie posters, like every chapter we kind of got a movie poster.
Yeah.
That's cool. They're like 2 different books. Has the same.
Yeah.
I'm going to show y'all one more. If y'all want to help support the channel, we have a Patreon. You can watch these videos the same day they're filmed for only $1 a month.
Oh, there was one thing I did want to touch on.
And
Let's go back on this.
It helps us get books just like this and other things like stickers, bookmarks, things like that helps us further the channel.
I forgot to mention this to you guys. I wanted to go back to my book. In the last chapter, it touches and kind of focuses on the World's Fair, which was like set in Seattle. I don't know if you know much about the World's Fair, but back then that was like the place where they showcased, you know, new crazy inventions and like, you know, it's just a bunch of, it was where they held their showcase of like the new, you know, futuristic kind of stuff of the world. And that's where, you know, the final setting of the book takes place, but it goes and kind of touches a little bit on history, and they talk about this is kind of set in, I guess you could say, the late 50s, early 60s, because it's in John F. Kennedy era, but it showcases a speech, and I'm curious, and I'm going to do some research on it, if this was a real speech taken out of, you know, history and put into this book, because it's pretty word for word of what he was saying.
Right.
So if anybody, like I said, if you've read this book or you know what I'm talking about, let me know if that is based on true facts, because it was very detailed, the speech that they were giving in this book from John F. Kennedy. But I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh, and I give the Infernal Pact a 9 out of 10. I've read them out of order, and I wish I'd have read this one first, then Cherry Blackbird.
You think you would have felt differently?
Yeah, because I kind of reading Cherry Blackbird and reading this, it kind of
ruined it.
Yeah, it kind of spoiled it for me a little bit.
I give mine a 10 out of 10.
But,
for sure.
I mean, that's the only complaint I got. But while I was talking to Smokey really quick, he said he wants to do 5 more books in this universe. And best believe we're going to review them. I'm hooked on Smokey's writing. We got Murder Hobo coming up. Oh man, excited about that. What else? Chicana, that kind of got put at the bottom of the review box by accident.
That's going to be coming out next.
Yep.
Got a lot of good stuff coming out. And like I said, Cody and I are trying to find little more odds and end books like this and other stuff I've reviewed. Like last week did The Pro. Yep. Trying to bring you guys a little more variety of books out there, and just kind of touching on what we want to read a little bit more too. It just kind of makes it exciting for us to be able to mix that in a little bit with what we've been given to review. But if you guys have a recommendation of something that you want to know a little more about or want to review on, let us know. I mean, that's what, you know, we're contributing the Patreon money to, helping our channel grow, is getting you guys more books also. So help us, please support us, you know. We've been doing this for what?
2 years.
Yeah, we want to continue. So that's it.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.
What? You mean you haven't subscribed to Comic Chat Authority?
Oh, come on. Subscribe already. What are you waiting for? It's no big deal.
Like, man, don't forget to tell him to hit that like button.
Yeah, that too. Just subscribe.